Josh Boswell is the chief investigative reporter for the Daily Mail. Josh, how big of an earthquake is this?
I mean, this is huge. It doesn't get any bigger for the royal family. You've got, potentially charges against the former Prince Andrew, and there is no limit to the amount of time that he could spend in prison for this. It really comes down to the judge in the case if it goes to a trial.
So what do we expect to see here? I mean, is this something that just goes away, or is this something that metastasizes? I hear they're looking into whether guests were flown in and out of some of these airports in Great Britain.
Yeah, there is a much bigger story here, and I think the question that everybody is asking, certainly in the wake of this arrest of Andrew, is, does the buck stop with the king? Because there was a settlement in 2022 over the woman who accused Andrew of raping her, and so the king was potentially involved in that settlement. The Queen was alive at the time, but she was very ill. She was sick, and it seems that it was at the time Prince Charles who was coordinating things. That could lead to questions of, did he know beforehand about some of the allegations, some of the information out there about Andrew? What did he know and when? That's going to be the question that people are going to be asking at this point. So it's not just about his brother. How
would we ever get the answer to that? Would people leak that to the press? Or would there be investigators who would possibly ask the King of England those questions?
There's always the opportunity for a leak to the press, and hey, I'll take those leaks. Yeah. But what we're seeing here is potentially a trial, but there is a huge constitutional problem with that. Andrew could call his brother as a witness, and that would potentially undermine the whole court system because it serves at the pleasure of the king. You can't have the king coming in as a witness in a court case. This actually happened a few years ago with with Andrew Burrell, who was a butler for Princess Diana. He was accused of stealing some of her possessions, and he was going to bring the Queen in as a witness in his case. That effectively destroyed the case. And so, it could be very difficult here to actually see some resolution. But if there is some kind of destruction of the case in that way, if you don't see some resolution that's satisfying to the public, then this could have serious implications for the monarchy. I mean, you could see potential abdication here if this becomes a case where the king is implicated.
And then William takes the throne.
Right, and he's a much more popular figure here. But, one other thing occurred to me when I was looking at this too, and, we're looking kind of, this is an international story here. And I saw, the king's brother and maybe the potential of the king being called as a witness. Hunter Biden and Joe Biden came to mind when I saw that. I thought, hang on, that's a reason why the case of international foreign influence with the presidency kind of never came to fruition, and there was this sweetheart plea deal. It's because of the potential scandal that would cause if Joe Biden was brought into a courtroom. It's interesting that we're seeing these parallels across the pond here.
Yeah, I mean, everybody protects their family and themselves when things get this hot. That's for sure. I will be following this overseas, and yeah, it definitely is going to cross the pond. We can feel it. Thank you so much. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.